What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Detroit Love, PDubs, MichaelB The Game Genie, and Restalgia with another episode of the Super GameRoom Dudes. Let's get it started.
Gentlemen, we are here. We are live. It is Friday. We are in the fun house. Welcome once again, everybody, to another episode of the Super GameRoom Dudes, your arcade and gaming podcast show. I'm your host, PDubs. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Detroit Love, Restalgia, and MichaelB The Game Genie. How are you, gentlemen?
Oh, we wearing glasses today? Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me get my other glasses on, because those ones have that anti-blue, anti-glare, so they kind of there. Now these ones don't have that, so there we go. All right.
I didn't get the memo.
All right, guys. Before we get started, let's say hi to everyone in the live chat. We got Todd Cottrell, we got Rascal, Devil Waldo, Al Vickman. We're going to talk about Al in just a minute. He's probably wondering why. Wagner's Tech Talk is here. Conti's here. Corey's here. Brent's here. Adam 12, BA, Chad, JWY loves KYC, Mitchell B, Daryl Lanson. Welcome to the show, folks. And Console Fanboy, Emery Arcade, Soulless Swede, and we all love Herb Wars. Herb Wars is here as well. Welcome to the show, guys. So it's been an exciting day in the world of arcades and gaming. While we're waiting for people to join, we got a big reveal for the Buy Stuff arcade store. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But before we do that, what do you guys think about all these Killer Instinct arcade cabinets? The Arcade 1-Up Killer Instinct hype train has officially begun. Cabinets are in people's homes. Mike, what do you think about this? Guys, let us know in the live chat.
It's nice to see people excited about it. I mean, it's been a year in the making. They announced it around CES of last year, so people have been waiting patiently, and it's cool whenever there's a buzz like this around the gaming world, whether it be Arcade 1-Up or I remember when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and it's just fun to get caught up in that wave when something exciting comes out and see people be passionate about gaming. So it's cool to see that from the Arcade 1-Up Killer Instinct fans.
What about you, gentlemen? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I want to address two things. I haven't seen my boy Brad here for a couple of weeks. I'm going to have to put out a MIA on him. And damn, I look good with these glasses on tonight.
Yeah, you do.
Talking
about Brad O'Connell? Papa Brad?
Yeah, Papa Brad. I hadn't seen him in weeks.
Yeah, we haven't seen Papa Brad. You know what, Papa Brad? If you don't come back, you're going to lose the legit title. And we're all going to be sitting here going, Conti Dinda is legit.
But regarding the Killer Instinct, like I always say, it's not a game that I grew up playing. I don't have any nostalgic value to it. But 3 years ago, none of us had arcades, or most of us didn't have home arcades. We didn't have any of these cabinets in it. So I'm not going to complain about an additional cabinet that's available to be added to people's homes to keep this thing going. And so I love having my arcade in the home. If Killer Instinct is something that people have been craving for, I'm glad it's finally getting here. It's still not here, but it's getting here. So I can't wait to see people get excited and get what they've been waiting for in their homes and get to play it.
Yeah, what I found fascinating, what's his name? Twisted Chris from Twisted Gaming TV, who was the only one really putting out content for this cabinet. He didn't really have any other arcade 1-Ups next to it in his videos and stuff, so you see it's shorter than the Big Blue, but the control panel is much higher. In fact, a lot of folks who received this, I saw comments on their Facebook groups, they were saying that the control panel was actually just as tall as the control panel on the iArcade cabinets. And this picture right here, which I pulled off the Facebook groups, this kind of shows you, like, that is definitely around the same height as an iArcade control panel right here as well. Take a look at that compared to the standard Arcade 1-Up.
There seems to be only 3 set heights for arcade cabinets. You have the lowest, which is the AtGames Legends Ultimate. But then you have the Arcade 1-Up panel, which you can achieve with the AtGames Legends Ultimate with the Buy Stuff Store 3-inch riser for the AtGames Legends Ultimate. And then you have the iArcade height, which you can also achieve the AtGames Legends Ultimate with the 5-inch riser. I don't know how it works, but there's only 3 arcade control panel heights apparently.
Yeah, we got a $2 super chat from Console Fanboy. He said, Mike B's looking great in glasses. He should put them back on. There you go, Michael B. Control panel's accurate. It's just definitely noticeably taller than what we've seen in the past from arcade one-up cabinets. So that's pretty cool to see. Did
I
any
can't
of
wait
us
to hear what Restalgia has to say about this?
Yeah.
He's that's my man there.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think the machine looks good. It looks good, and I'm happy people are getting it. And I'm mostly happy. That's the thing that I'm most happy about, is that the games play well.
Yep. Kongs R Us is here, guys. Make sure you check out B Kong Kongs R Us on his YouTube channel. 3 settings: too low, almost perfect, and too high. I love that.
And that is accurate.
I love that. I love that. But there we go. This is a nice shot of the cabinet. Obviously, we've seen this in videos, so pretty cool. It looked like on the box, when people were showing the box, the picture on the box that this comes in had like the control panel with a red border around it, but the cabinet's black. And you think that's just the light up panels is what they were showing on the box?
Light up control deck.
All right,
is
beautiful.
what they were trying to emulate there. The other thing too I want to mention, if you go back to that picture really quickly, is the marquee looks better than the one Twisted Chris received. So maybe it's just a trick of the eye, but that doesn't look as bad as some of the other ones I had seen.
Yep.
We all know Arcade 1-Up doesn't do a good job of making a black marquee. So.
No, they don't. It's usually
Papa Brad is in the house. Brad is
he here? Is he here? Oh, Papa Brad, we were worried. We hadn't seen you a couple weeks. We were about to give the legit championship title to somebody else in the live chat. You almost lost it, Papa Brad. Put your quarters on the glass. Akuma Rev is here. He's going to be doing a show tonight. Make sure you guys check that out later on tonight. As well as, if you guys like watching unboxings, he's going to be doing an unboxing and live build on Put Your Quarters on the Glass of the Killer Instinct cabinet. You guys can check that out tomorrow as well. It's all about the community supporting each other. But let's kind of get off that right now. Minus that, anything else going on with Arcade 1-Up, Mike, that I'm missing here? Because we got a lot to talk about. And we don't want to go over. I mean, we've spent weeks talking about CES. No offense, guys, but we're moving on. We're moving on from CES. So what's next on our docket? Well, that is AtGames National Owners Day. And we're hoping now, let me preface this, guys. Appreciate all you guys joining the show. Typically what happens is a lot of these companies, like before, CES, National Owners Day, E3, IGN, if they want to share information with press, media, YouTube, magazines, articles, websites, they usually send that information out in advance under embargo. Now, as of today, we have not received that information yet, so we have no clue what AtGames is doing for National Owners Day. And before anyone says, well, Restalgia works for AtGames, Restalgia, you only work 2 hours a week for them on one project. You don't really work for them. You kind of what's that word called?
Contract.
Yeah. You just contract, and you're working on one project that has nothing to do with National Owners Day.
He's an independent contractor, much like a WWF superstar. Like, he has no rights or anything like that to use his own work, his own time. He's pretty much there full time, just like a WWE superstar, but he's an independent contractor.
Yeah, because what bugs me sometimes is when people do predictions and they already have the information and they're doing predictions, but they already know what's coming, right? That's a little kind of like, why are you even making the video at that point? You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to do a prediction video, we're going to do it now before the information, because we don't know. They might not even give us the information. Hopefully they will. Hopefully we'll get the information and see what's coming. So hopefully we get all that prefaced. It's going to be interesting to see what AtGames decides to do this year. Last year, they announced products, but they still have some products from 2020 that have not been released yet, including those light guns. Restalgia, I think you'd be a great person to kind of tell people what have been the challenges with light guns, and why do you think AtGames hasn't released them yet? And are you predicting we'll see those this year, or is that project, do you think, dead in the water? What do you think?
I have no idea if we're going to see them this year, but the challenges with the light guns are similar to the challenges that a lot of other companies are facing with chip shortages and things like that. And shipping costs are still really expensive. So when you have relatively low value items and bringing them over, you're paying a lot, which makes it much less profitable to get those into the hands of the consumer. So
cost prohibitive.
Yeah, it just it makes things more complicated, and fair is fair. AtGames is in business to make money, and if they're not making money, they're probably going to wait till they can make money on those types of products. That being said, I actually don't know what is happening on the backside of that. That's just my own speculation.
So, Restalgia, I know you don't work for AtGames, but you're somewhat of a scientist. So I was just wondering, is there any possibility that AtGames could get something working that doesn't involve some kind of ridiculous setup like a light bar? Like, is there a way for them to get a Sinden technology gun to work with the cabinet, or maybe something else?
It's a good question. I mean, in theory, yes. In practice, they would have to acquire the rights to use a technology like that. And I'm not sure if they are doing that or not. So in terms of like using a light bar, that's as far as I understand with the product that they had put on their website, they already have the tech for that and they're already able to release something like that. But if people are hoping for something without a light bar, it's a licensing thing. It's just a matter of whether or not they can find the tech and then make sure it's compatible with the way that their software runs.
I mean, this cabinet, especially with it being a multiple arcade machine, if you want to use it that way, seems like it's such an easy thing for them to do, to just come out with a gun that just works with it. It would be a dedicated seller. They don't need to come out with a dedicated gun game. This is the one where the peripheral would be a slam dunk. It just baffles my mind that more hasn't been done with it.
It's tough because they're not running a Windows-based system, right?
I know.
When you're looking at all the light guns that are in the market right now, you've got Sinden, you've got the Arcade Europe light gun, you've got Aim Track, you got a whole bunch of different guns out there. The core audience that are using those guns are using them on Windows machines, and AtGames products aren't running Windows. They're not running Android. They are running something completely different. So it's not even a matter of like getting the tech, licensing it, and then just like plug and play, make it work. A lot of the times you actually have to go into the firmware on the gun and you have to make changes so that way it can communicate correctly with that firmware or with that operating system that they're running in order to actually get it to work correctly. So it's just I mean, it seems like it's easy, and it would be easy if it were just like a Windows based system, but it's unfortunately a little bit more complicated than that.
So follow up on that, if I can, take over everything here. So also, so basically your other job outside your 2 hours with AtGames is basically your Neo from the Matrix. And I was wondering, with all your dark web activity, like owning Evercade, owning other companies, and like all the other stuff you do with hackers and being the mystery encoder, there's no way you could talk to somebody who runs one of these gun companies and get them to make it work on the AtGames Legends Ultimate?
That would require collaboration. So it's not a matter of like somebody who has the tech for the gun just buys a machine and then somehow MacGyvers it. The way that it's going to work in the most efficient way would be that AtGames would work with said company and jointly develop the software. The gun licensor would need to have access to the back end of the software to be able to kind of see how to make them talk to one another.
Wait,
in the most convenient way.
If you guys think that's a priority for AtGames to work on, put a 1 in the comments.
Guys, and speaking of which, you know what? We take care of our viewers and followers of our show. And guess what, guys? Today is Dan's 47th birthday. How about a shout out for Dan?
Happy birthday, Dan.
Wish Dan a happy birthday in the live chat. Happy 47th birthday, my friend. And thank you for supporting the show. We appreciate you.
Such a young fella.
So one of my predictions is some of the products we've heard in the past, such as the Legends Core Max, which I think people are waiting on, quad play control panels, bit LCDs, BitPixelHVs. I think we're going to probably find out during National Owners Day, probably expected ship dates or things like that. For some reason, my prediction is those guns we're probably not going to hear anything about. I think those guns are still going to be delayed a bit. We might not even hear anything about those until more towards the middle end of the year. That's just my prediction, not a guarantee. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm off my rocker? We're going to get our marquees. We're going to get our core maxes. We're going to get our swappable control decks. But the light guns, I don't think we're going to get. What do you guys think?
Based on what Restalgia just shared, we should be able to get that day one of NLD and get it delivered, ordered, and shipped. So I think we're good.
Yeah, you guys are funny. What about you, Mike? You think I'm on the right track there? Do you think everything's going to show up this year except the guns maybe until later in the year?
I don't know what's going on with the guns. I know some people have the bit blasters, they're called already. Like Conti Dinda has some. I don't know what's going on. It would be, to my mind, like one of AtGames' most important things that they could get out there and get people to buy would be a good working gun for the Legends Ultimate. There's a ton of shooter games. They could be ahead of the curve. Curve, I don't know which one it is. Curve, probably. I would focus on getting the guns out there, but maybe Restalgia's right. He doesn't work for AtGames. He's an independent contractor, but he seems to know a lot about their business model. So he's saying it wouldn't be financially successful. Maybe it wouldn't be right now.
Yeah. What about a AtGames Legends Ultimate Max or Pro? Are we going to see a larger, more pimped out AtGames Legends Ultimate arcade machine? Is that one of your guys' predictions? Let us know in the live chat. What about you guys? What about my co-host here? Do you guys think that's going to happen?
I don't see a market for AtGames in that area. I think they're fine with what they're doing and growing the platform. I think they'd be better off focusing on getting this better, getting the interface better, and those type of things. But just to make a bigger cabinet, their controls in my mind is fine for how I've played the game, coin ops, as well as the built-in games. So I don't see a Pro in their future, not on the Legends Ultimate.
if there was going to be a Legends Ultimate Pro that was going to be announced this year, a spreadsheet would have come out roughly about an hour before Arcade 1-Up made their announcement of their Pro cabinet. Come on, guys. You know that.
That's so true. That's so true. Absolutely. There would have been a spreadsheet. And you guys know I love spreadsheets. I agree with you, Mike. 100%. That's pretty awesome. All right, we got a $10 super chat from ManCub Studios 34. Thanks so much for the large donation. I would like AtGames to have an accessibility option in the menus to turn on screen reader or high contrast. I have a Legends Gamer Mini, by the way. Restalgia, what do you think about that, my friend? This is kind of up your alley.
For me, I don't disagree with that. I just think that I would do it in a different way. I don't think I would just throw another setting into a very complex system as it stands. I think what I would do is I would redesign the UI and make it very clean, very user-friendly, something really sharp, something that people would look at and say, yeah, that looks really nice. And then do that with some sort of like accessibility options in mind, or just build it so that way it works. And if you are visually impaired or something like that, there are ways that you can actually design a UI with that in mind. So that way you're actually catering to everybody with one single design. So that's how I would do it. But I absolutely think that doing something in terms of the UI would be a smart thing to do.
Don't ever ask Restalgia his opinion on who should use pinball. Apparently, he doesn't believe the deceased should use pinball.
That's
oh my god,
that was an A&B conversation, Mike.
All right, we have over 200 people watching, guys. Make sure you stick around. In just a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about the new Buy Stuff Arcades steering wheel mount. New product coming soon. You guys definitely want to check this out, especially if you're waiting, you like playing racing games, or if you want to wet your whistle until the AtGames Legends Ultimate Racer comes out. I think this is a great way to do that. But before we do that, we have a couple of funny stories to share. Mike, you opened the door on that one. Do you want to share that?
So on Game Genie Confessions last week, I mentioned that I was possibly.
Wait, is this going to be a Game Genie confession?
No, it's not a Game Genie confession.
It is.
It's a really sad story.
It's a sad. You know what? It is a sad. Well, I don't think I think she's lying. I think she's lying her butt off.
Maybe.
All
so
right,
I decided to. I finally
Check
got
this
time. I finally got time to pull my arcade apart last night and get really good pictures of my Marvel and Star Wars Arcade 1-Up pinballs. So I'm going to put them up for sale, and I put them up for sale late last night. And when I did, I got a couple of messages. One woman actually wrote me, and she said, "How much would you possibly go? How low would you possibly go for the Star Wars pinball?" And I said, I said the price and $100 between what the price was posted and $100 under. And then she started telling me, I'm really trying to see if I can scrape this together. My son died last year, and he was a big Star Wars fan. So I want to get this and put in his room with all his other Star Wars collectibles. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then she kept writing me about the price. And I just feel terrible because I feel like, I feel so sorry if this woman's trying to hold on to her son, but at the same time, like, it's so crazy a story. I don't know what to do. Obviously, I just was like, I'm so sorry about your son. I kind of left it there. Then Restalgia made some very funny jokes, and we'll just leave it at that.
Well, I told Mike, I said, Mike, I honestly think you're being swindled here. I said, why would somebody, I understand when people have a loved one who pass away and they usually have a collection of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't usually, I see people, sometimes they keep that collection or maybe they sell off that collection. I don't see them like continue to add to it. You know what I mean? Not too often, right? Like if her son is gone, and I think she's lying, Mike. If her son is gone, why is she so desperate to get this?
For some reason, I believe her. She said her last place of work was arcadesup1up.com.
And so, Restalgia, do you want to tell him what you said about what the? Or do you?
No, I do not want to say what I said on a live stream with many people who I may offend. No, I do not want to do that.
It was so bad. Well, Restalgia basically told Mike what to tell her. And it was probably one of the worst things I've ever heard come out of Restalgia's mouth. I'm actually embarrassed to be your friend anymore after that.
You're welcome.
He's a horrible human being.
So Jeff Walsh, $2 super chat. You're ditching pinballs. So as Mike confessed last week, what's going on with your pinballs, Mike?
Well, I decided that I only needed one of the Arcade 1-Up pinballs, and I'm getting rid of Star Wars and Marvel, and I'm just going to keep Attack from Mars.
Also, I think Mike is much less interested in pinballs as he is into giant bananas.
I just don't think it's real. Like, I honestly think he's getting like the guilt trip to try to lower the price haggle.
Jeez,
that's what I think is happening.
Man, it's like it's horrible. Like I have not got a serious inquiry yet. It's mostly been, what's your best price? That's the go-to thing people ask here. What's your best price? I'm like, well, I posted it like 4 minutes ago, so my best price is the price I put up.
Yeah. So my funny story today is I sold 2 arcade machines today because A, got to make room for the new stuff coming out. B, I'm inundated with redundant products that have redundant games on them. You know what I'm saying? So my funny story is this. So I sold my Arcade 1-Up Atari 12-in-1 today. The original, the OG, the original. I even put a community post on my channel. And what's funny is the guy who came over, like the entire time I talked to him, like on Facebook Messenger, because he responded to the Facebook the Facebook listing, not the offer up listing. You know, he didn't like once mention like he knew who I was or had a YouTube channel or anything like that, right? Now, I guess this is funny. I called the guys. I'm like, I had my ego pop today because I'm so used to when these people message me, they're like, like my listing says like Patrick Walton has this item up for sale, but people will message me like, what's up, PDubs? I want to buy your cabinet. It's like they know me. So I've always been able to sell the cabinets to a viewer, right? Like somebody who knows me. Guys, go with me. This is hilarious. So this guy, he messaged the entire time we're talking. I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't know who I am. No big deal. So he comes over, shows up at my house. I let him in just to the front entryway. And I had the machine set up there. That way he could try it out, test it and all that stuff. And all that. And, you know, he was so excited because it was a 12-in-1. They had the light up marquee, the GRS spinner, the trackball, the kick plate graphics. It was fully pimped out, right? Fully pimped out machine. I did all the upgrades for him. And also I got a pretty good deal on the sale as well. So he's talking, he's like, I'm going to get this for my dad. My dad loves Centipede. I'm going to get this for him. He's going to love it, blah, blah, blah. He goes, but I myself, he told me he said he has like 40 Arcade 1-Ups, right? I'm like, oh, so you're a big fan of this stuff, right? He goes, oh yeah, I follow this stuff religiously, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay. So do you watch any of like the home arcade YouTube channels? Like I wanted to see like was this guy, because he never once, even when he was here, he didn't mention like, hey, I've seen your YouTube videos or something like that. So this is hilarious. He goes, oh yeah. I watch Arcade 1-Up YouTube videos all the time. I'm like, oh, cool. And as you guys know, I've made a couple hundred of those, right? And he goes, And I love this one guy, and he mentioned this guy's name. It wasn't me. He goes, he's the only guy I watch. It was so funny. I felt deflated. Mike. I felt deflated, right? And so I was like, okay, do you need any help getting this cabinet to your car? Like after that, right after he said that, I was like, do you need any help getting the cabinet to your car? And I sent him on his way. He's like, he didn't even know who I was. I'm a nobody, Mike. I'm nobody.
It's okay, buddy.
I'm not going to say who it was. But it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
If anybody wants to find out who it was that person mentioned, call me on the Super GameRoom Dudes hotline. $9.99 a minute, $15.99 every minute after. That's the Super GameRoom Dudes hotline.
He's like,
is unreal.
He's like, I only watch this one guy. He's just the best. And I'm like,
so Mike's gonna do a video about that in the week, and then PDubs is gonna do. If you want to hear about what Restalgia said, PDubs is gonna do a video on that this week. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And I did want to mention after our show last week, PDubs got 10,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah, congratulations.
Not enough for this guy.
Yeah, not a small feat, baby.
Not enough for this guy.
Congratulations.
I called the boys up after he left. I'm like, guys, let me tell you what happened. They're all laughing at me. No, it wasn't Cool Toy. All right. Now let's actually get to this stuff. So the Buy Stuff Arcades is going to hit the launch button on their website in just a couple of minutes, but we're going to roll a video for you. That's right, guys. They're coming out with the steering wheel mount for your AtGames Arcade family of products, your AtGames Legends Ultimate Mini. I'm going to roll a video for you. This video is going to show you everything you need to know about it. It's about a 7-minute video, but it's good. It shows the install, what wheels are compatible with it, how it works, what does it work with the marquee, all that kind of stuff. Everything is included in this 7-minute video. So grab your popcorn and then come back and we'll talk about pricing and all that kinds of stuff. Let's roll the clip, gentlemen.
Welcome to a quick overview video of Buy Stuff Arcade's steering wheel mount for the AtGames range of products. To detach the steering wheel mount, simply flip up the 2 tabs and slide it off. To reattach, put the mount into place and flip the tabs back down. Our steering wheel mount is compatible with the ALU 1.0, the ALU 1.1, and the new ALU Mini. It is also compatible with the Gamer Mini on our Gamer Mini pedestal. The process is exactly the same. Slip it onto the Gamer Pro with our pedestal, push it into place, tabs flip down, and it's locked solidly into place. The whole idea is that you can attach and detach the steering wheel very quickly and switch between styles of games at will. Our steering wheel mount will accommodate a wide variety of steering wheels, including popular models from Thrustmaster, Logitech, Hori, and others. To mount a steering wheel, it is basically the same as attaching it to a desk or a stand. Simply put it into place, tighten it up appropriately, and it's not going to move anywhere. For this wheel from Logitech, it tightens differently, but with our mount, there will be plenty of clearance to get it secured. If you have a smaller wheel with suction cups, our mount can accommodate that as well, as long as the option for laminated graphics are added. We have a number of graphic options available that finish the top off in style. But if you don't have the laminated graphics option, suction cups will not stick. as you can see. Here is the default plain black steering wheel mount, as well as some optional laminated graphics that are available. Whether you play CoinOps X, like Spy Hunter on the right, or OTG, like Wreckfest from Steam on the left, our steering wheel mount will keep you racing in style and comfort. With CoinOps X, there are only a few wheels that work properly, like this Thrustmaster T80 PlayStation model, which is our recommendation. We are working on detailed instructions for setting them up. Racing via OTG, however, gives many more steering wheel options, including some with force feedback for an upgraded experience. We also have an optional pedal mounting system available for specific Thrustmaster wheels, including the T80. The mounting plate screws easily into our pedestal and riser with a minimal footprint. Attaching and removing the pedals is as simple as sliding the metal mount on and off the mounting plate. Now let's see how fast the Legends Ultimate can be converted from an arcade to a stand-up driving cab. Slide the pedals into place. Attach the steering wheel mount. We've got our USB hub in a convenient location, and we have time to hide the cord away while the Legends registers the T80 steering wheel. Plug in the pedals, and we're all set. Well, too fast, the arcade isn't quite ready for us. Select Outrun using the pedal, and we're off racing in under 60 seconds. While we watch my brother crash his Ferrari, a little more about our optional pedal mount. It is designed to move the pedals forward to a comfortable position for stand-up driving and mount quickly and easily. However, it is not required, and most importantly, will not work with all types of pedals, as not all are designed to work in an inverted vertical position. A list of compatible pedals is on our website. For those other pedals, you simply place them on the floor in a comfortable position. One other quick note, you can see we are using a flat USB cable to hide the cabling underneath. We have both flat USB and HDMI cables available on our website. Thank you for watching our brief steering wheel mount demonstration. Please visit our website for much more information and to place an order.
Take a look at that artwork by Al. Al, I told you you were going to get a shout out. Look at that, guys. One thing we could say about Al, I can never pronounce his last name. Is it Avisman? Al, you got to let us know phonetically how to pronounce your last name in the live chat. Al, a lot of YouTubers in this community, a lot of us have gotten artwork done by Al. Take a look at that, guys. Give a shout out to Al for that. Also, you guys had me cracking up. I played this video. If you heard giggling in the background, it's because you guys were cracking me up in the live chat, making fun of the guy's voice. Despite if you take away the voiceover, which apparently you guys didn't like the voiceover. What'd you guys think of the mount? Let us know. And Carl, that's the first time you saw that video. What'd you think about that mount for the Buy Stuff
That's not the
Arcades?
first time I saw it. I've seen it.
Well, not everybody can afford the sham wow guy for a little video.
Yeah. And Michael B's the most exciting Canadian they got. So
That's true.
what do you want? But yeah, I saw the video the other day, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, if you want to add a wheel onto your cabinets, it's definitely an option. I mean, obviously you have to get your wheel, and you have to get your pedals and all those things separately. But I think it's a great option.
All right, let's go over some of the pricing here, guys. So the mount for the steering wheel, they're going to be selling those for $65. Keep in mind that does include all the packing and the cost of shipping included. So you just charge $65 and it's on its way. Free shipping or shipping included anywhere across North America. When it comes to optional graphics, those will be $10 if you wanted to add graphics onto the mounts. And if you wanted to, because not all steering wheels require you to have the gas pedals. A lot of them just have the buttons on there and stuff. So depending on what wheel you want to use, if you wanted to get that pedal mount on the bottom, that's an additional $55. So it's up to you what you guys want to get. The steering wheel I have, if I was to use this, the Hori one, I would just need this. Like I wouldn't even need the pedal thing because everything I need is on the wheel. So it all depends on that. What do you think about this product, Restalgia, considering you just built a racing cabinet or a racing car bed that you turned into a racer? Yeah, what do you think about that?
I actually like the what they've done here. I think it's a good option for people who are looking for like a stand-up racing option for the ALU. I like it.
I actually love this. I think it's very ingenious. Is that a word? Ingenious.
Ingenious.
Ingenious. I think it's a very ingenious use of the creativity that Buy Stuff Store has on figuring out different ways to expand the library and the usage for the AtGames line of products. I love everything they've done so far. This is another one it's simple. And like none of this stuff is rocket science. It's just something simple, but it'll allow you to play racing games in a good stand-up format on the Legends Ultimate. So good job. This is something we've all been asking possibly for AtGames to do with their Legends Ultimate Racer, the sit-down one they're going to do, and then also hopefully eventually AtGames might come out with another control mount like we've seen with the Legends Gamer Pro. Maybe they'll come out with a driving control deck that you can plug into your Legends Ultimate in the first place. Until they do, this is a really good option so you can play racing games in a much more comfortable form factor because no one wants to play Outrun with a controller and buttons. So this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, and RB, it's great because you use whatever wheel you want to use. So you bring your own wheel, you mount it to the cabinet, and so if you already have something, you can use it. If you want to buy, you have a few choices. So it's a great use of the materials. And similarly, when I bought my stand for my Gamer Pro, I was showing my buddy who has a Gamer Pro as well, and he was like, that's just 3 pieces of wood or 4 pieces of wood. I said, yeah, but it's designed exactly. I said, you go in your garage and get some wood and let me know what you turn up with. And to date, he still has that big thing sitting on his lap because he doesn't have a stand. I mean, so it's great for people who have the talent and the resources to make these things for a community who has all types of needs. So good for them.
Like JWY loves KNC says it's tacky in my opinion, and some people are going to think that because this is a lot like putting a light bar on your cabinet so you can get a gun. It's tacky. So the thing about it is this is something that's just an add-on. It's not something that you're going to have people over and show them that it's a piece of art. This is not Michelangelo's David. It's just something that lets you play racing games. It works.
Yeah, like RB said, I like playing Forza 5 with a steering wheel, not these games. Well, like for this, because I have a lot of Steam racing games, whether I'm using Legends Link streaming my PC or if I have my PC plugged into my cabinet playing modern racing games, but I want to play them on an arcade versus my television to have what you call that arcade feel, I guess. That's what this would be good for, right?
My favorite thing about this announcement is we looked on AliExpress first and it wasn't there. So we're safe to say this racing cabinet won't appear anywhere else.
Yep, I gotta. All right, so congratulations, Buy Stuff, on once again bringing another product or accessory. And if you guys are interested in it, go check out their website, buystuffarcades.com, and all that kinds of stuff. We were happy to show that off to the viewers for everybody. Note to self: next time they send us a video, re-record the voiceover. I think we could have. Made the voiceover a little bit more exciting. What do you guys think?
We could have got the ShamWow guy on cameo.
We could have done it. We could have done it. We could have made the voiceover,
but maybe kudos to them. Like, here's the thing: as much as you guys are saying that, it takes a lot of courage anytime anybody puts themselves out there to do YouTube. Like, anybody who's ever done it, yourself. So cut the guys a little bit of slack. Might not have been as exciting as you hoped it was, but at the same time, it's not like they're professional commercial people or anything like that. They did the best they could. So thank you for sending that video along to us. And in future, if there's anything we can do to help, we're more than willing to do so.
Yeah, Mike has already said he would volunteer several hours of his time to help with anything like that. So,
well, you're the guy who only works 2 hours a week. You apparently have all kinds of time.
I definitely can relate to him because just looking at the four of us, I do more educational modding videos. So I'm not doing the exciting broadcast like you guys announcing things. So his video is more educational. It's giving you all the information you need to make an intelligent decision whether that thing works for you. And so that's the purpose of it. Now, if you want to make another one that's more of a commercial selling a product, that's a different thing. But this is more of an educational, giving you all the facts so you can make a good decision. So nothing wrong with it in my view.
What do you think
Carl's
about this,
right.
Restalgia? Sorry, I'm trying to pull something up.
And that's all I got to say.
Okay, PDubs.
Oh my god, no, you guys are just cracking up. And for instance, guys, if people need to see a little bit more of this in action, here is from our Facebook groups, Clinton. Whoa, wrong button. Clinton Clarion actually got to be a beta tester. He's got one of these in his home, and as you can see here, he posted this video. And look at this, he's playing modern racing games off Steam on this cabinet using that setup. So that's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be playing Outrun with this. This is what I would be playing if I had one of these. You know what I'm saying?
100%
Hopefully that adds a little more context to what Buy Stuff Store is trying to accomplish.
So are you saying you don't like arcade games?
Well, Mike, that was a ridiculous question.
No, it's 100% honest question. Don't try to sell people on this modern shit. We're here to talk about arcades.
Oh, come on. One nice thing about these arcades is being able to play modern games that could have been on arcades if arcades were still the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know damn well Streets of Rage 4 would have been an arcade game if they
you mean the first three.
Yeah, if they still built cabinets. You know what I'm saying, Mike? Jeez. Jerk. What a jerk.
Well, Jamie, who's not a girl, that does look pretty fun, actually. And it gives you an option. I would love to have one in the house because, I like when people come. Everyone's not a Pac-Man fan, you know what I mean? And so when people come, they got the IRK, they got the Legends to be able to have a steering wheel on there and give them other options would be pretty cool.
I can't wait to use this wheel to play Kung Fu Master. You guys are brutal, man. Buy Stuff reaches out to us, says, hey, can you show off our product? We say, sure, we'll show people your product. And everyone's making fun of the voiceover guy. So mean.
This is Restalgia's fault.
It must be.
Was that your voiceover, Restalgia?
That's my new style. I'll be implementing that in all my future videos, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
I mean, it can't go any worse, right?
100%.
Well, let's get back to let's pivot away. Let's get back to the meat of the show. AtGames predictions. When it comes to pinball, I think this is where AtGames should hopefully shine on National Owners Day. One of the things they did that was pretty successful last year, whether you like the games or not, was the downloadable Taito pinball games, creating brand new pinball games from scratch, using new partnerships with Magic Pixel, with Taito. That was pretty cool in my opinion, even though, some people love the games, some people hate them. It's taster's choice. So I think for National Owners Day to be good, I would love to hear about more pinball games come in. What do you guys think? Do you guys want more pinball packs in your life? Let us know in the live chat. What about you guys here? Mike.
So I was hoping we'd do this a little bit differently, and I told you that ahead of time. I was hoping we'd do what we wanted, what we really hoped, our blue sky ideas for AtGames and what they were going to do at National Owners Day, and then our more realistic predictions.
Oh,
so I'll do it in that fashion here. Like what
not only is he the 3/4 scale diva, now he's the diva of telling us how we can answer PDubs questions. This is wonderful.
We had a call last night where we went into detail.
Okay. All right. But do you know what happened in between that call and now? I watched that 7-minute video. I'm just kidding, Buy Stuff. You know we love you. Thanks so much. All right, Mike, answer it however you want.
So
do you want more pinball and how?
In a blue sky world, I don't think that
the sky is blue, Mike. That's a terrible...
I'm sorry. Some of us went to business school, so we know what the term blue sky means in this forum.
Man, you are testy tonight. Woo!
So in a perfect world, we would love to see AtGames really beef up their pinball software. So go out and work with companies like Stern, work with companies like Jersey Jacks, get more real pinball tables converted into virtual and sell them through their online store. It's been one of the most successful things for AtGames in the last year. The fact that they've had the Zachariah tables come online and then the Zachariah Deluxe tables, and then they've come out with their own tables. Now, me personally, I think the own tables based on video games, I thought there was a lot of cool things about it, but they weren't as exciting as they should have been. I think we know how good Magic Pixel can make pinball tables. These seem to be on the lower end. I would have liked to have seen something a little higher end. I'm hoping this isn't the end of that relationship and we're going to get more advanced version of these tables in the future, especially seeing how they sold so well. So there's definitely, money to be made there for AtGames. They should make more of an investment going in that direction. But really, I would like to see some real tables get converted. I mean, we see that right now with Arcade 1-Up and their partnership with Zen. We see that Williams tables coming out. And, and not everybody likes the Arcade 1-Up tables, but everybody can agree when you're playing Zen pinball and playing the real tables, they work really good on the computer, and they work really good on the AtGames Legends Ultimate when you're playing them through OTG. So there's definitely excitement and opportunity for them to work with getting more pinball tables. But in terms of what they can do, I don't know. I don't know how big their budget is for going out and getting some of these companies. And the question is it a race now between Zen and AtGames to go out and secure these licenses?
That's excellent. What do you think, Restalgia?
Whatever Mike said is what I think.
You got to give me a little bit more than that, man.
I mean, I guess I'll jump in while he's thinking about it. I mean, for National Owners Day, I would love to see the 1.1 pinball or 2.0 pinball. I think it's fine time for them to refine the product. I enjoy the product. I like it, but we all know the cabinet needs some work to get it shaped better. I think that's where the pinball machines that Michael's selling off, they look better. They look closer to the shape of a pinball. So I think the interface, like Mike said, needs some work. But outside of that, I think the cabinet itself is time to release a 1.1 or 2.0 version of the cabinet to give us the better shape of it and to just refine the product.
And take the lit marquee off the back box.
Absolutely. That is mandatory part of refining that to make it look more like a pinball. We already know it's a pinball. We don't need you to tell us on the marquee.
You should talk to the people at Well Played too. They didn't get the message that people knew it was a pinball machine. They had to put it on there 75 times.
Need a new lobby, online UI, better games as well. We'll get to that in just a second. I think I made a video earlier this week, and I think, you know what, even if your options are limited, like we would love for them to partner with and make real pinball games, right? Like whether they're from Stern, Jersey Jack, Spooky, American Pinball, there's a lot of real pinball table manufacturers that you would love to see those tables be converted into brand new digital versions, right? And use their partner Magic Pixel to make them. Because let's be honest, guys, Farsight Studios, although they're a partner of AtGames, they're more like we're supporting what's there, but we're not making new, right? Farsight really just isn't making pinball anymore, right? So use Magic Pixel. And why not? Why don't the three of them get together and say, well, Farsight, they own the Gottlieb license. They actually own the entire license, the Gottlieb license. There were a ton of Gottlieb pinball games that were actually fairly good pinball games. Real tables, if you like real tables, that never got made into VPin versions, at least from Farsight Studios. Why not have Magic Pixel do the work and Farsight Studio take just a cut of the pie, right? You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to make games. Okay, well, we have someone else who will make them. We just want to pay you for the license. You know, why not bring a bunch of those? If you can't get any of the big stuff, why not do that? I think that would be kind of cool. What do you guys think? Am I reaching here? Am I reaching for the stars?
I don't think so. I agree with the idea and the sentiment to bring more tables. For me, I don't really care if it's a recreation of an existing table or if it's completely original. But I do feel very strongly that if they are going to create original tables,
they shouldn't be
in like they need to be in the deluxe format, where there's multiple layers, multiple levels, animations on screen. Things have to look really good, high resolution artwork. Everything needs to feel like it is modern. If you're going with original, make it as modern as possible. If you're going with recreation, make it as true to the original as possible. And I think those are the two rules you need to follow if you're going to be creating pinball games.
I want to jump in on that too. Like, I agree with you. There's a lot of people out there that love the Zen style games and the Zen style original games, but they just need to do the games really good. Like, you can make pinball that's not Zen with ridiculous 3D characters doing cartwheels across the pinball playfield. Just make it really good.
Well, overall, I'm hoping that we hear about more pinball games coming. That's what I'm hoping for come National Owners Day. Hopefully that'll happen. We don't know yet, so that'll be nice. What else are we thinking, Mike? What else is going to be happening here with AtGames?
Well, obviously, there's going to be some more sales out there, and I think that it's going to be reminiscent of what we already seen. So a lot more opportunities for people to grab stuff like the BitPixel LCD that's coming out. That's what I'm really excited about. Unfortunately, where I live in Canada, I can't buy that. So hopefully they open up the border on some of their deals on this National Owners Day. I won't hold my breath because I understand it's not that easy, but I would love to see that. I think there's going to be some great deals for people to pick up pinball tables if they haven't already, other Arcade 1-Up products, and some of their new stuff coming up, like the brand new Legends Core Max, which is going to be a good upgrade for people, especially if you want to play pinball in 1080. For those of you with the Legends Gamer Pro that are playing in 720 right now. So that's a big opportunity for you guys.
I have a feeling on the sales, we might see them add that 1 month arcade net. Are you guys okay with the 1 month arcade net being added? Do you guys want the bundling or not? Put your feedback in the live chat. I personally, I don't think the bundling is necessary, but
I get it. I mean, they're selling products like the Legends Ultimate. They're not thinking that every single person who's buying this already is experienced with AtGames. This is new for new consumers, and they want to give people a taste of this add-on product they also have. I understand that's why it's there. It's just people do find it offensive when it's added in as savings to them when they don't consider it to be valuable to them. So I get both sides of it.
I think from a marketing perspective, I think the reason that they're adding it in there, especially with like pinball bundles, because realistically ArcadeNet kind of is targeted towards the arcade market, but I think it's there because if you buy the ALP and you have an ArcadeNet subscription, then you can immediately get free access to the pinball tables that you download off of ArcadeNet. And that could then convert somebody to play those games and say, hey, these are really good. And then they go to App Store X and then they actually buy the packs. So I see it as like a way to get people. It's almost like let's call it a gateway drug. It gets you in and then pushes you on to the actual license purchase.
I like what Jamie's saying here. Sell the Taito table packs at a discount, but don't make us buy 2 packs at a time. How about you could do, like, I guess you could do bundles there, like buy all 4 packs or whatever, but some people are missing an individual pack. So being able to just buy a single pack on sale, I think that makes sense as well.
I'm going to say it. I'll do it anyways. I hope part of National Owners Day is an expansion for ArcadeNet, not just in the pinball landscape, but in terms of for people with the ALU 1.0 and 1.1. Give us something to make us excited about having an ArcadeNet subscription. I don't currently. Explain to me why I need one. Give me something that makes it fun for me to use ArcadeNet and play ArcadeNet. Right now, other than Restalgia talking about the pinball tables, it's hard to find value if you're an ALU user.
No, Mike, I agree with you. We've talked about this many, many times. ArcadeNet is one of the features that I use probably the least on my AtGames Arcade family of products, because I think it takes, those games, right? Like the games. I mean, I think the lobby and all that they've done is okay. You know what I mean? They've spent a lot of time and money putting that whole lobby system together and the voice chat.
In theory, it's incredible. You've built an awesome platform. It's like the Sega Master System. It was awesome. It's just you didn't have the software to support it to make it work.
Right. So it's all about, you got to get the games in there that drive, that make people want to go in and say, hey, I want to play online against somebody that game. You know what I mean? So hopefully we'll see some improvements or announcements about ArcadeNet as well. That's what it sounds like that's what everyone would like to see. And what about the racing? Are we going to get any Legends Ultimate Racer updates? What are you guys thinking, now or maybe later in the year?
I don't know. I don't know how far they are along with the development process on the Legends Racer. I would hold off until you have more to deliver this time around. Like, I love the fact they shared that with us for National Owners Day. I wish they had just taken a little bit more time to really take the concept and make it their own before they released it. So I'd like to see them really take their time and blow everybody away, because I have no doubt that this product is not going to be something they just bought from another company and slap into owners' hands. This is going to be awesome. It's going to blow people's asses off. But they need to take the time to do it right. So don't put anything out unless you've got something that's solid and ready to be shown.
I agree with that. You don't want to show it too soon. I think that's kind of what happened at the last National Owners Day, where we kind of showed that racer a little bit too soon. I like where a lot of people are saying, hey, if we get a Steam app natively or something of that nature. I kind of like where he's going with that. I also saw comments about AntStream. Restalgia, what do you know about AntStream? Are you familiar with that service at all?
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with it.
So what do you think about it? What do you think about having that? How would that work with the AtGames Arcade ecosystem? Is that even possible?
Well, anything's possible. Are you asking, is it possible to license or to create an agreement with AntStream so that way there's a native app and you can launch the app of AntStream from your device?
Yeah, would that be cool? Possible?
You're essentially then cannibalizing your own ArcadeNet service. Are you saying to replace ArcadeNet?
Yeah, well, either or. We're just speculating here.
It wouldn't make, from my thought, it wouldn't make sense to have both on your device at the same time.
Right.
Because then there's no reason to have ArcadeNet if you have AntStream, and there's no reason to have AntStream if you have ArcadeNet. AntStream does right now have way more licenses. Way more. You've got Pac-Man on there, Mortal Kombat's on there. I think they just recently did Capcom. I could be wrong about that. They have a ton of licenses, a ton of games. So in terms of like straight up content, having AntStream on there would be the wrong thing for them if they're trying to promote ArcadeNet.
Donuts is teasing you. He knows where what I'm feeling. It's like pulling teeth to get information out of Restalgia. Restalgia's like a vault sometimes, man.
Well, he doesn't know anything. He only works there 2 hours a week, man. Obviously, they're not telling him deep, dark company secrets.
Yep. All right, my dudes. We are almost out of time. Any other final thoughts or predictions about AtGames National Owners Day you'd like to share with our viewers?
Carl, do you want to go first? I'm sorry. I feel like I've been jumping in front of you all night.
You always do, so I always forget what I was going to say because you always.
I was going to say that too. we got to make sure that we've got this blue sky for Mike to work under.
You don't even know what it means, you pleb.
Did you call him a pleb? You called him a pleb?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Just got Urban Dictionary and search blood, Mike.
I've just never heard you use that word before. It sounds funny coming from you.
So I just hope AtGames has a good National Owners Day. I mean, I think people sometimes confuse it with this launch like it's this giant CES. I think AtGames may announce some stuff. Mainly, it's meant to be a celebration for the owners and for AtGames to give back, offer some deals on some things. So my realistic view on what National Owners Day is going to be, I don't know if AtGames is going to have a ton of stuff to announce. I don't think they're going to have new physical products that they're going to be bringing out. There might be some upgrades to the equipment. There might be some new games. I hope they have a good stream. And most importantly, I hope the owners feel respected, appreciated, and part of what we're doing here. So.
That was beautiful, Mike. Like I felt movement. That was touching.
Yeah, it's like he was talking about a 3/4 scale arcade 1-up cabinet or something.
I almost felt the love there. Yep. So,
but yeah, I think the have the National Owners Day has always been a good thing for AtGames to just try to build community around the product. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win. Whatever they want to give discounts on things or introduce things. So I have no idea what they're going to do. Like I said, they hadn't shared anything with us. I did tell you guys previously that if they don't come out with Pinball 2.0, they might as well just shut the company down. But that was a little harsh.
Wow. Detroit Love is adamant that AtGames needs to announce like a super pinball machine.
They do
with everything perfect. 3 screens.
Yep, 3 screens. It's easy to do.
Haptics.
You just have an area on the disc where you have the
solenoids,
static background image. It's all doable. In the 2 hours that Restalgia puts in a week over there, he can very easily get that third screen going.
You know what's sad? It'd be the perfect arcade cabinet would be if you took the arcade 1-up machine itself, the physical machine they built, and stuck the AtGames parts in it, the AtGames guts. Like you'd have such a cool arcade machine.
But we grew it up to a 32-inch.
With the 32-inch playfield, that's the one thing you can fit a 32-inch playfield in there. There's just no room for anything else.
Right, and then take the arcade 1-up playfield and make it the back glass and have a static image up there. All right, Restalgia, you know what to do.
Done.
Make it happen.
You heard it here first.
Guys, also, did any of you catch Wagner's Tech Talk, that BitPixelHV, which is one of the products that was announced last year that people pre-ordered, that it sounds like they're going to be here in stock, shipping out to people soon, because he did a review video on one. What did you guys think of that when you saw it? Any quick thoughts from the panel here before we wrap things up?
I thought it looked pretty good. It's not a product I'm super duper interested in, but I think if you're looking for something that's dynamic on top of your pinball machine, it fits perfectly, and I think it's a good option.
I'm gonna say what everybody else wants to say. If the Big Pixel, if they're gonna make one for the Legends pinball and they hadn't released the 2.0 version, whatever they put should cover up that Legends pinball sign. If it's not doing that, then I don't even know why you can buy it. So,
you want it to go inside the back box, not on top of it.
Should be.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Carl's going to buy it. Carl's going to buy it. He's not even going to turn it on, plug it in, anything. He's just going to tape it over the Legends pinball.
Well, I love the Pixelcade products. Obviously, I'm surrounded by them, so I'm a big fan of those type of products. So I'm very interested in getting my hands on one and playing with it and finding out whether or not I like it as much as the others. So we'll see very soon, hopefully. Guys, that's going to wrap things up for us. If you're a member of the Dude World Order channel members, we will be doing a post show in about 10 minutes. Make sure you guys come back for that. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. This show was kind of goofy, but then again, it's a prediction show. That's what they are, right? We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the podcast, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up on the way out, and Detroit Love whenever you're ready. Send our viewers on the way.
For those who are members, stick around. In 10 minutes, we'll get started. For the rest of you guys, we'll see you on the web.
I can't find the button.
We're here. Yeah.
I found the button. I got it. Right.
Making your game.
grumpy tonight, Mike.
I wasn't.
You were really, 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 really grumpy tonight, Mike.
Shut up, you pleb.
Put the fist in, Mike. Come on.
There's got to be a blue sky somewhere.
Are we still buds? Give me the fist. Give me the fist. Okay.
Hold on.
You guys got to hit the camera. Hit the camera.
Boom.
This thing rotating?
All right. And I agree with you. Restalgia is a play.